everyone, I thought it was time to do another one of these gorgeous little pictures. This is from Rita Berman's Meine Reise Durch Europa. I'm not sure if you have coloured along with any of the others or had a go at them yourself. I fancied having a go at this little one here. Now this is a cute little puffin in a boat. Just trying to zoom in for you and then you'll be able to see what I'm doing. There we go. Now I thought it would be fun to use my Castle Art Seascape set because obviously this is quite a sea scene. So I am actually going to start though by colouring in the sky. I'm just trying to find my pencil sharpener. There it is. And because we have sea colours, they're maybe not really a sky blue. I have this cerulean blue middle, which I thought would work. So I'm just going to do that first, and I'm actually going to go all the way down to the sea, right down to this level here with this sort of background colour. I just thought it would sort of get us started really, and we've done backgrounds on all of the others, so it makes sense to do one. I'm just trying to sort of do a medium pressure on my pencil and keep it fairly even through the picture. It's not always that easy, but to give it a go, and just with practice really. Actually I sharpen this, but backgrounds can be, let's do that bit, a little easier with a slightly blunter pencil, but obviously you still need to get around all of the little details and try not to sort of go over the lines, but I do go over the lines, so but having it sharper helps me a little bit with that. So we've got a paper aeroplane. It's as I go, I can have a little look at what's going on with the picture. I've got a paper aeroplane. It's a temptation to leave that white, but we'll see. It seems a little odd. I don't know where that's come from in this picture. I think the puffin doesn't seem to have noticed it flying by, which is quite fun. So that's cool. I did actually just trying to work out, I think within there we've got sky in there. I was trying to work out, check what colour the puffin was. I'm not going to make him completely realistic, but I just wanted to make him look like a puffin. So I did just go onto my search engine and take a quick look so that I could, you know, get it vaguely right. These little circles here, I'm not sure what they are either. I'm going to colour round them, I think you can just about see, with the intention of leaving them white, but I may change my mind. If you do want to leave things like this white, it's always handy to have a white pen. Firstly, some colouring books don't have white paper, they have cream paper, particularly Johanna Basford's, which means that if you want something to look white, it won't look white if you just leave the paper blank. You can try a white pencil, but quite often they're a bit rubbish. It depends on the brand. Often they might work on black paper, but they won't work either on top of pencil or on white paper very well. So it can be better to use a pen. Some brands of white pencil are particularly good though, I would say. Prismas are highly praised. I haven't tried a Prisma white, but I can imagine what it would be like. I've got Caran d'Ache Luminance white. Wow, they're amazing. But then, you know, it's Caran d'Ache. You pay a fortune. You have to mortgage your house for one pencil. You expect to pay to get good quality. I'm just checking now to see if I think I've done most of it. Oh no, I haven't. Look at that. I've left a big gap here. So I rather like the castles, I have to say. I haven't tried any of their really new ones. They've got a gold set, pastel tint set, and apparently they have a different feel to these. Sometimes I think the castle wood is a bit cheap, it splinters a bit, but I think that doesn't really affect how well they colour. I'm going to do the puffin next because I'm just going to bring his photo up on my screen. I can't bring it up for you, I'm afraid. I'm just going to bring it up for me, because I get a bit worried about copyrights and things. I don't think I'm really allowed to just show you random pictures. So I'm going to use the Venetian Red for the end of the beak. And the Puffin's beak is a mix of colours, so I'm going to try and emulate that as far as I can from this photo. And then we have quite a vibrant yellow, and we have a few yellows in this set. This one here to me looks the best one. I shall give it a go. It is the Naples Yellow, so we'll pop that around there like that. Can't really see. I want to put it right up against the orange, that's better. And we have another bit of yellow here, and then we have black. There, just scratching my head and thinking. Yeah. Now the black on the beak doesn't seem as black as on the body, which seems a little odd because normally a black beak would be quite shiny. I'm just checking other pictures because that one might not be typical. It looks like I've done a bit too, it looks like I've done it a bit round the wrong way. From the photo they actually come to a point at the top, the black, and is wider at the bottom, but because of the shape of our beak it's a little tricky. So I'm going to do black on the bird now, because he will be black. Now obviously you don't have to colour him black. You might want to do him some funky colours and fun, and that's absolutely fine. But I just want to make him look like a puffin. So I'm putting a bit of darker black under the wing so you can see it. And with the tail I'm going to try to make it a little darker where the feathers all come together, because there would be a bit more shadow there, and a little lighter on the end. It's quite a small space. I'm just doing the best I can. There. Now his belly is white, but in this picture he's got a little circle here as if he's got a little blush area, and I'm quite tempted to do that. I might do that in the red, in the Venetian Red, just so that it sort of ties in with the beak. So I'll pop a little bit there, like that. Now we have a life ring. Well, I've got the red in my hand. I shall colour that in. I'm going to do a light layer of red on all of the larger segments, leaving the smaller segments white, because normally these are red and white, aren't they? And in there. Now what I'm going to do is I want that inside section to be really dark, like that. And then here I want the bottom part to be darker than the top part on all of these. I'm just going to sharpen. It's quite a small area. I'm struggling a little bit. There we go. So really dark along the bottom and lighter towards the edge, but I do want some coverage of colour. It's a little bit faint there for my liking. I'm going to do it the same here, even though it's at the bottom. I think it might work. And there we go. And now it's not a really vibrant red, the Venetian Red, but it's the only one we have. Okay, we have the ship's wheel and the wheelhouse. Now, I'm trying to look at what browns I've got. I have thinking the, yes, I'm going to use the sepia to start with on the wheel. Now this is a reddish brown, but it isn't too reddish. I think it looks quite nice. Now quite often these bits might have gold on, but it's quite a small area. I'm not going to do it gold. However, I am going to do that area around the window in gold. So I'm going to do a little bit of dark brown there. You'll see that will develop later. Now we have our darker brown, which is burnt umber, and I'm just going to use it on the inside of the wheel here to try and give it a little more shape, and on the very outside. If I had a little bit more space, I will probably do some little lines and do that around the edge of here I do some little lines to indicate it's wood, but I don't think there's a space. If I do it, it'll just look like shading. I don't really want to do that. So we made those lines on the window. We're now going to go in with a yellow ochre and go around the window a little more on top of that area, around, and then use the what's this? The Cadmium Yellow to just extend that more and leave a white bit. And hopefully it looks a little bit like gold. We haven't got a lot of space to put it in, but hopefully, ooh, this is a very noisy motorbike going by. Okay, now the boat, how colourful do I want to go? Maybe I'll do the sea next and have a think about the boat. I'd quite like the sea to be slightly greeny, but I don't want it all green, so I'm going to have a play. So this is the Viridian. I'm going to do a few bits of green with this. So I'm going to start here and just do a little bit here. On all, I'm going to go across all the sea. Like that. Blah, blah, blah. A little bit here. I'm doing quite lightly because I want to mix it in with other colours. I'm going to use the Pthalo Green next. Okay, and just extend that green a little bit. Like that and that, a bit here. I'm just sort of guessing really, there's no sort of proper thought behind it, it's just a bit of messing around. And then I'm going to grab an Ultramarine Light and put some blue in there as well, just sort of mix it in a bit really. I'm going to go over those bubbles because I'm going to go over them in a white later. So I'm just sort of blending that blue in a bit here and there. So we've got a greeny blue sea. I think that's quite fun. Now we have clouds, we have birds. I think I'm just going to do the birds in black. That's how I'm used to seeing them, when there are birds that are this sort of shape. So I'm going to do those first. It's just a matter of sort of doing the things I know what colour I want them to be, and then I can see what's sort of left to do the rest, or whether I want to tone it in or do something different. Now let's have a looky. The clouds, I quite like to have a pink edge, but my lightest pink is that Alizarin Crimson, very dark. I'm going to have a go really gently on the side, just kissing the paper with the pencil lightly, just to give a few hints of pink here and there. I might mix that with this colour. We have a mauve, which is a nice pale lilac-y colour, purple. Might just go over the top of it. And this could end up looking a little bit muddy, but I think it won't hurt if it looks a little bit grey, really, because it's a cloud after all. But I think if I just go over them all, I know it doesn't look like a cloud anymore, but I think it's just fun. You can leave yours with white bits if you'd rather, but I'm just thinking about that sail and whether I want that white. Now let's think about this mast. What colour for the mast? We could try another gold, but I think, no, I don't think it would be gold. I think it might be wood. So let's go for wood, like we did. Let's do the same colour as the wheel. So we've got our sepia to start with. And I might just leave it at that, just the sepia, but I'll see how it looks. I think that looks quite good. Now the wheelhouse, I want to be a different colour to the boat. Can't really do the boat sepia because we've done the wheel sepia, it won't stand out. I have another brown, but it's burnt sienna, which is quite orangey, but I'm going to use it for the boat. anyway, and then I'm going to add another colour on top so that it doesn't look quite so orangey. I'm covering the whole thing at the minute except the wheelhouse, and then I will choose different colours in different areas because we've got these sort of markings and patterns and things. The first thing I'm going to do is just add an extra layer in here because that's like the inside of the boat, so it'll be a little bit darker, be in shadow. And under the puffin. And I'm going to colour in there as well, like that. Now I am going to grab the sepia. I know we've been using that quite a lot, and I think I'm going to do a sepia line across here just so that it looks a little bit different to the rest of the boat, and here on these downward pieces. There we go. Oh no, we've got a couple more there, haven't we? There. Okay. Now I think we'll make the wheelhouse a little bit more colourful. I'm thinking orange. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's go for it. This is Cadmium Orange. If it all looks horribly wrong, we'll can tone it down. But I don't think it's a really vibrant, bright orange. We'll keep it fairly light, and it also then sort of goes with the beak a little bit. And then for the base part, I thought we could do a brown. I mean a browny yellow. I mean, this is yellow ochre. I think we'll do that down here. Like that. Now we need to do this rope, and I'm going to do that in yellow ochre as well. I don't know whether it should really have sky through and it's just a little loop of string. I think it is really, but now I've done it as a thick rope, so that's how it's going to be, I guess. Okay, our water, we have these droplets of water, so I'm going to do those next in one of the colours we use for the water, the Ultramarine Light. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to fill them in fairly solidly. So they sort of stand out from the rest of the water. Now these sort of foamy bits I'm going to leave white, but I'm going to colour these dots and circles in blue on here. I might try it there as well actually, rather than doing them white. It's just a bit different. You might want to do them white, it's up to you. Now the inside the wheel, I forgot to do that. I'm going to do it in yellow ochre like I did the base of the wheelhouse. Like that. Now we've got the window, we need a grey, and we've got a Payne's grey, which is there. And I'm just going to put a few lines like that. Nothing too much, and I'm going to use a little bit of that for some shadow in there. The sail, I was sort of considering leaving it white, but I'm not going to. I have noticed I've missed a bit of sky here. I thought this was a bit of the puffin, but I don't think it is. There we go. So I was going to leave the sail white, but I think I'm just going to do it in quite a pale colour, and we have quite a good colour here actually. We have Davy's grey, and it's a light browny grey, and I think it will work quite nicely. Just to layer it over. And now I'm thinking while doing this about the flag. That's our sort of last thing. Now the flag would need to stand out, wouldn't it? Why would you have a flag there unless you wanted to be noticed? Now, I would be tempted if I could draw to do a sort of skull and crossbones. It's quite a small flag though. It'll be quite tricky. What should we do? I don't know if I want to introduce a new colour really. I'm wondering whether a green, this green might work really well. This is the Pthalo Green that we used for the sea, I think. Yeah. So it will sort of tone in with the rest of the picture, I think. So just make it a little bit dark at the bottom if I can. And I think we're done. These little areas of sea foam you could do in a colour if you wish, the same as the other white areas, but I'm quite happy leaving it like that actually. I want to leave it. So there he is, our little puffin on a boat. So I hope that was okay. I had great fun colouring that. I hope you enjoyed it too. Enjoy the rest of your day. Look out for a second video this afternoon. Thank you for watching and happy colouring.